Hello. Today is Tuesday, April 28th, and I'm proud to say we are still COVID-free throughout the company. Congratulations on your efforts to keep yourself and our residents and clients safe. Today starts a transition in parts of the U.S. as well as other countries around the world. And by transition, I mean some of the businesses that have been shut down and closed for the last several months will slowly start to reopen. This is primarily in the more remote and less populated areas, and the progress will be slow. But nevertheless, we are starting to move ahead to do that. The public health officials realize the need to get our economies going, and the 22 million people in America that are out of work get back to work and get the economy going again. However, too much too soon could cause severe outbreaks and put us all at risk, or worse, getting sick and being worse than what we were the last 2 months. All of the preventative measures we talked about, distancing, avoiding groups of people, washing hands, sanitizing clothes, and wearing masks in public, are the new normal and need to be followed for some time, probably the next 9 to 12 months. Nobody knows. I remember on March 2nd, only 7 weeks ago, Minnesota only had 2 cases of the virus. Today, there are over 4,000 cases with 300 deaths, 15 of which were yesterday alone. All 15 of those deaths were elderly people, and 10 were in the metro area, and the other 5 were outstate. One in Crow Wing County, where we have Brainerd Carefree. We don't know where in the county it was, but it was. And one in St. Louis County, where we have 8 locations. Minnesota is still doing better than the rest of the country at preventing the spread of this and managing it, but perfect would be 0 cases, and we're not there. Vice President Pence is in Rochester today at Mayo Clinic, along with Governor Walz, and talking about testing and other aspects of the preventative scope of this. And I'll watch the news tonight to see what happened there, but Minnesota is being held up as one of the leaders in the country. Long-term care and several meatpacking factories have become the new hotspots. An assisted living in the western suburbs of Minneapolis last week was closed after a number of the staff and residents tested positive. That facility is shut down and sitting empty right now. I believe we now have enough personal protective equipment, PPE as the term is being called, for the near future. We spent over $60,000 on this equipment in the last 2 months, that money that we would normally not have to spend. Just yesterday, Ryan picked up 2,100 N95 masks that cost us $14,000. That's one of the 2,100 masks right here. We've got enough for everybody, and thank goodness we received that loan to help us through with some of these expenses. Everyone is getting stressed by this pandemic, and the loss of loved ones and economic disaster is really disheartening. Unfortunately, there is no switch to flip, and the virus is gone. It will be around for some time, and the only way to beat it is to stop the transmission. In other words, continue to do what we've done that's kept us out of our facilities and all of you, our staff, safe. Please, for you and everyone's safety, continue to do the safe practices. We have the personal protective equipment for you, and it will be available. Stay safe, and thank you for what you do every day. God bless.